Let's go to Chris Richardson, now independent economist. Chris, great to see you. I just saw you putting on your glasses to look at my favourite chart, so I appreciate that. But I did want to ask you about it because it's really difficult to work out without Treasury telling you exactly what bracket creep has done and will do. And there it was for us yesterday.
They are setting it out. They are saying the obvious. Basically, we get more tax when we get more people. We get more tax when our incomes go up. But as our incomes go up, it pushes us into higher brackets. That bracket creep, the key element of that chart, getting handed back on average in 6 weeks' time when the tax cut arrives. But you never get rid of it, basically. The only way to get rid of it is if our wages stop growing. And you don't want that.
Nope. Let's talk about what you were looking at last night, confirmation about the GST dirty deal for WA. How much is it costing us?
It is a dirty deal. It wasn't done dirt cheap. It's now $52.9 billion from when it began to the end of this decade. The last time the government updated that estimate, they said it was going to be less than $40 billion. This is, so basically both sides of politics federally cannot blink about the massive amounts of money going to the West, because the West will be the key to the coming election. The trouble is the deal done some time ago when they thought it was cheaper gets ever more expensive. This is not... we waste money in some of our NDIS spending, but that's a noble cause. This is a marginal seat strategy on an industrial scale.
Yeah, well, I mean, the NDIS, it's reducing the growth in spending this budget by about $14 billion. But by the end of the forward estimates, the NDIS is still going to cost $60 billion a year. So for the next 4 years, $200 billion will be spent on that. Look, there are savings in this budget, but mostly it's spending on households for now. And there is a prediction from Jim Chalmers that CPI is going to come down. It hasn't been in the target band for 10 years, but he says that'll happen by the end of the year. Chris, what do you make of the disinflationary measures, both directly attributed in this budget and I guess the assumptions we can make about migration and other things?
So the cost of living stuff, and to be clear, a key job of governments in a cost of living crisis is to take care of the vulnerable. So, for example, rents, there is a lot of pressure there. That increase in Commonwealth rent assistance is a magnificent thing. And rearranging the pain to protect the most vulnerable, that is a vital thing to do. But you have to make sure that as you rearrange the pain, you don't add to the overall pain. You don't add to the inflation, which is giving us the problems around our cost of living. And the government did the first. It didn't really do the second. We're talking about the energy rebates and the like. It's the total dollars announced last night arriving as cash, extra cash into the economy in the coming 12 months, $9.5 billion. The states in the last week and a bit have announced about the same dollars. That is a lot of extra money going into the economy, and yet Treasury sees a really rapid fall in the inflation rate. I'd love it if it's true. I'm not convinced that it is.
Okay, you always get to the dark corners of the budget. Anything that we're not talking about this morning that you picked up last night that we should be?
So housing, I think the federal government gets it. It truly understands the problem now. It's talking the talk. Some of the extra dollars are good, but it is still stuck in a world of handing out carrots and hoping things are going to happen. Their actual numbers, their forecasts of homes getting built in the budget are terrible and nowhere near their target. Carrots are great. At some stage, we're going to need sticks. The feds are going to have to kick the states, who are going to have to kick the councils to give younger Australians a chance around their housing.
Chris Richardson, always good to talk to you, especially after Budget Day. We appreciate it and we'll see you soon.
Thanks.